Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Adventures with the Todd Father. I am your adventure guide, the Todd Father. We are here with Harley, the adventure dog. And joining us today is my daughter Kavyn and her dog Bruce. They're wandering off over there. Harley wants to go with them. Today our adventure is going to take us through Washington County. You can see over here is St. George, Utah. And we're Washington County, Utah. We are up on the hill above the Bloomington Walmart. Down there is the Bloomington Walmart. The reason we're up on this hill is through the country and right here through Washington County there are several of these navigation arrows. So the airplanes would use these arrows to navigate across country. So back in the early 1900s, when airplanes needed to fly, they couldn't fly at night. So the Postal Service is the one that actually commissioned this project to be done. So these arrows were placed every 10 miles from New York to Los Angeles and New York to Salt Lake City and on to San Francisco. So there's one line to Salt Lake City and then it split. One line came down here to through Washington County and down to Los Angeles, and the other one went from Salt Lake City over to San Francisco. So these arrows, the airplanes had to fly during the day, and at night they had to land because they couldn't fly at night. Well, these arrows were placed. So I'll show you some historical pictures and some drawings and stuff. But every 10 miles, this is the first one we're going to see. We're going to go north, and there's 3 more that we can see going through Washington County. So this one points directly to, I don't know if you can see it that well. There's a hill right here we're going to go up on. Where is it? I can't see. Sun's in my eyes. Right here. On the top of that hill is the next one we're going to go see. So these had a great big tower on them. You can see the posts that were left from the towers that had a beacon on top, and it also had lights that would illuminate this arrow so that the planes could continue to fly at night. So once these were in place and completed, the airplanes could fly through the night and deliver mail. New York, you could get from New York to Los Angeles or San Francisco in just a couple of days instead of 3 or 4 days. So it really sped up the mail service process. Harley's checking it out. She thinks it's pretty cool. So this is Bruce, named after Bruce Wayne, Batman. When he was little, he had darker head and around his eyes, so it looked like a mask. So then Harley was named after Harley Quinn from Batman, and that's why her name is Harley. And this is my daughter Kavyn. She's going to join us on our adventure today. So we made it over to the trailhead for the second navigation arrow, and This is where we're gonna go. Kavyn, Bruce, and Harley. We're gonna hike this trail up onto the top of that hill, and across to the other side is where the navigation arrow is. So here we go. All right, Harley, show everybody how good a hiker you are. Go. Hold on. Nope, this way. We made it to the top. Down in there is the truck, so we come up that steep part of the hill there. So now we got to hike along the flat top. Well, it's not really flat, it's still uphill a little bit, but not as bad as what we just came up. I see a flag right over here. I don't know if that's at the spot or somebody just put a flag up there. We're going to continue on this trail and we'll find the arrow. Well, we made it to the second one. Here it is. Up on this hill. So these arrows were completed. Not sure exactly when they were started. I didn't write that down, or maybe I didn't find the information, but it was completed in 1924, and then it was only used until about 1933. So, you know, 10 years or less that these were used, and then they had radio and ground communication, which made the arrows obsolete. But they're still cool to see. A lot of these were torn down during World War II because they thought they could be used by the enemy to navigate through the country as well. So some of them have been destroyed. They did take down the towers, a lot of it because they needed the metal for the war effort, and they didn't use the arrows anymore. And I also could not find any information on what numbers these were. So each one was numbered. Right here on this pad was a little building that had a generator in it to light the beacon and the lights. And that shed, and I'll show you some pictures of it, that shed had the beacon number on it. And like I said, I couldn't find anything to designate which numbers these were. So just as a perspective, I'm going to point back this way. I don't know if it'll help you, but I'll zoom in here too, but right there is the water tank that was next to the last one we were at. So we've come about 10 miles roughly to this one, and it's pointing right there. So our next one, and I'll zoom in here too, but it's on the top of this hill right here. I hope my finger's pointing in the right direction. It's hard to tell. But anyway, that's the next one. There's a road that goes up to that next one. I hope we can drive up to it, because that was quite a hike up to this one. So if you come up to this one, just know it's going to be a hike. The fourth one we're going to go see is up here on the hill. They call this Black Ridge. So if you're traveling I-15 and go up to the top of Black Ridge, that's where we'll exit off the road and go see the fourth one that we're going to go see today. So we're at the base of the next one, the third arrow we're going to check out, and it's up at the top of that hill. There is a road that goes up there. We're going to start out on that road and see if it's, I'm pretty sure my truck can make it. I just don't know how bad I want to abuse my truck to get up there, but we'll start on that road up and see if we can make it. If we get close, we'll just hike the rest of the way, or I'll just fly the drone up over it. We'll see what happens. Well, we were able to drive up to this one. This is the third one we're going to look at today. We are on the top of this ridge. St. George is back that way. The one we were just at is right there. And the other one was beyond that. You can't see it from here. Harley's checking it out. Harley, let's go over this way. So where we are, just to give you a perspective, this is the Hurricane Industrial Area. This big building right here is the Walmart Distribution Center. Well, so we're just above Hurricane, Utah, which is just northwest a little bit of St. George. It's still in Washington County, so we're still in Washington County, Utah. If you come over here, you can see Quail Lake. So we are on the ridge above Quail Lake. There's the dam. I'd sure love to jump in that water right now. That's looking north. I-15 is right there, heading north towards Cedar City, Utah. That's the Red Cliffs Recreation Area over there across the freeway where all the red rocks are. Harley, stay there, don't jump out. All right, so we made it to the parking area for the last one we're gonna see. You can see the road. There's a pretty decent road coming in, and then this is just, you come off the main road just a little bit to get to here. But as you can see, there's not much out here. Over there, the red rocks you can see right here is the co-op section of Zion National Park. So if you stay on I-15 and go up just a little ways from where we're at, you can go into the co-op section of Zion National Park. You can see some cell towers right there, so you know you have good service, and that's also kind of a landmark for where you want to go. So we're going to hike through the bushes over there. Harley, you ready to go hike? We're going to hike through the bushes and go check it out. Well, we made it to the last one, number 4. This one's up on the Black Ridge. It's a little harder to get to. Well, maybe not harder to get to, but there's no real trail from where I parked over to here. There's no real trail. On my phone, it showed navigation arrow and gave a point for it, so you can you'll have to just kind of use that to get yourself here if you want to come see it. We just kind of walked off through the bushes and then watched it on the GPS to get here. I would have thought there'd have been a little trail, but there really wasn't. from that somewhat of a parking area. This one is definitely a little more worse for wear, probably because up here it snows and freezes more during the winter, probably breaking it up more than some of the others. So you can't see from here, but that's south. So the one we were just at by Quail Lake is down that way. We'll get the drone up in the air and kind of show it. I think there's probably at least two between that last one we just looked at by Quail Lake and this one. I'm going to do a little more research and see if I can find them. They might have been destroyed because, as I said, during World War II they did tear out some of these just because they were afraid the enemy could use them to navigate through the country. So this is it up on the Black Ridge. I'm going to back up just a little bit here. So you can see the Kolob section of Zion up there. Kavyn and Bruce are in the shade hanging out. Some of the information I got from this too, as I was looking at these, is they said every other one had a landing strip, an emergency landing strip by it. So the first three we looked at, I don't think there's possible that there was a landing strip. Obviously they're on the points of those mountains. This one, however, is up on a flat. I don't see any evidence of a landing strip next to it, but out there where we parked, it is a wide open flat area, so they may have had something out there and it's just nature has taken over and hit it. So they could have landed somewhere out just a ways from the arrow a little bit on this one, but the other three we looked at definitely could not have. All right, let's do a flyby. Okay, there you have it, the 4 navigation arrows through the Washington County, Utah area that the Postal Service used in the early 20s. This is the last one that we've seen. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell notification so you can be notified every time we do another adventure. Thanks for joining us on this adventure, and we'll do another adventure soon. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. I'm having a hard time here. If you like this video,